Welcome to The Informant, the podcast that talks about anything and everything. We cover from sports, religion, politics, social, you name it. I'm your host as ever, Doc McLeod. So without any further ado, let's delve right into it. Good day, my good people. I hope you are having a splendid day, believing everything is well with you. Right, let's just give each other some few updates and just a few questions that I need to pose. Let me see what people think. At times, it's not just about me giving information and not getting answers to certain questions. We have got a planned march on Friday, the 18th of October, and I guess I've got the dates right and the day right. Friday the 18th of October in Harare at the Robert Mugabe Square. Right, at the very same time, we are already having the ZANU-PF annual conference in Manicaland, Mutare Polytechnic. That's the venue. And tomorrow there's gonna be, like I said, the Politburo meeting before the Central Committee meeting on Wednesday, and these two meetings are gonna be conducted in Harare. So let's look at what's on the ground right now. You know, there's certain people that I follow. There's certain people whose channels that I follow, and I always want also to see what people will be saying. You know, you cannot just think you're the only person who knows. But some of these things are for me to get information or to be informed or to question. I have to follow what's being said in the streets. You cannot afford to be ignorant. So one of my follow channels are the Gambakwe Media. I've spoken to him anyway. You know, I respect every person. I've spoken to him. He said General Valerio Sibanda did not salute the vice president. No, he did. So what happened after I heard that, I had to check with my close sources from within, and I said, what's happening? How come General Valerio Sibanda did not salute the vice president? I'm seeing it out there. What's happening? What's the position? And I've learned something. The security there is too tight. They have got baton cameras on their shirts. So I was given actually a video from a totally different angle, which is because this is not a national media, but this is just a personal camera from their system. So I said, no, I need to see that before I even say nothing. So I was given the shooting of General Valerio Sibanda saluting the Vice President Constantine Guveani Kadzino Chiwenga. So it's not like Gambakwe got it wrong. No, he did not. But the angle from which the video was covered could not show General Valerio Sibanda saluting the vice president, but the vice president Constantine Guveani Kadzino Chiwenga. But I can tell you for sure that he saluted, and here is the evidence. He saluted. He did the orderly thing. So it means to say there's peace there. Let's move on to the next thing. Issue number 2, that's on the fray here. Advocate Nelson Chamisa, the former president of opposition in Zimbabwe, has actually come out on his social medias, sort of like denouncing the march. What he's pushing for is the revisit. What he's pushing for is the revisit of the 2023 elections, which he's saying were stolen elections. And he believes or is thinking that if that is revisited and an error that was made there be corrected, then he should then believe that the whole system is cleaned up according to him, and he then feels like justice would meet up with some people. So I followed up on the lists, and I was looking very closely to try find out exactly the logic of it all. Somebody in the comment section just said The elections were in 2023. We are almost getting into 2026. We are coming close to the end. We are just five to the hour of 2026. So we are 3 years away from the elections. That's what somebody was trying to explain. We are almost coming to 3 years away from the elections and 2 years to the next elections. Which elections are closer? Don't you think we should be dealing with the 2028 elections, if there be anything to be said pertaining to elections, than taking people aback? I also looked at the comment and somebody was saying, all of a sudden you're now coming up. All these years you were quiet, yet you say these things and continue to press on, and you have the energy of the blessed Geza the movement that is trying to push for. We could have gotten somewhere. A lot of things were said in the comment section. I personally don't want to repeat some of the negative stuff that was said. You can just go on his Twitter or on his Facebook account. You will see the comments that follows them. You then get to see the position of the electorate, the general person, just like you and me. You then get to see their position pertaining to their former darling leader. I think there's cracks that's within there. And like I always say, I know some people just want to say negative things, but the truth of the matter is reality seems also to be facing up to him, to realize that he is still a darling to some people, but he is no longer a darling to other people. Remember, before then, he was a sacred God. You could not say anything bad about him or anything bad to him. Otherwise, you'll be barricaded with attacks and negative comments. But this time, people can just now say anything. It shows you that something went wrong that needs to be corrected. As much as he's pointing onto the ZANU-PF errors, I think he also has got to look onto his own errors, because I personally believe, from a neutral point of view, I personally believe he has let his own people down. The drive that Blessed Geza is trying to push, the march on Friday, if you look very closely, I want to take you back. When this whole do was starting, I used to tell people that this is a ZANU-PF in-house divide. Some channels, I can tell you, were not in agreement. They were saying all sorts of things. Right now, they've realized that it's a ZANU-PF in-house divide. And now we look at the person who's driving the uphill. It is Blessed Geza. When we look at Blessed Geza, today he has been posting a lot of posts and comments on his social media handles. Let's visit them and let's see what's happening there. One thing that I've realized, if you look very closely and you are very open-minded to reading things or studying things, you will get to realize that Blessed Geza is not talking about the removal of the sitting president, Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. No, not at all, not a single time. But one thing I can tell you, read through, follow the correct tone, don't use emotions. He is not talking or pushing for the removal of the sitting president. He is addressing him respectfully. That's number one. Follow on the channel, follow very closely. You'll see that he is addressing him respectfully and honorably. And then at the very same time, his target people is no longer the sitting president, but he is now going for individuals. Other people say, yeah, he's trying to weaken the people around the president. That was not his first aim at first. His aim at first was to push for the removal of the sitting president. I quote, Maemunzwa Achite, Emerson, you are gone, you are out of the office. But now his tweets and his social media posts, you will see that he's no longer saying that. What does it mean? You must start to sense something pertaining to the battle or the fight on his hands. Remember, I used to tell you that they are losing this battle, and people would come and throw spears at me. I was telling you that they are losing this battle, and the sitting president is in total control of the whole situation. Henceforth, you are starting to see the movements of people like Quicknell. It's not just those small sightings that you're seeing, but things that's happening behind the scenes explains a lot, especially to people that have got other people very close to the situation. He is now renegaded and is now calling for the arrest of his best friend among the lot of people that he has mentioned. Honorable Chris Muchangwa is said to be there. What is he doing? He is now giving people situations, or what can I say? He is now giving people what has been happening behind the scenes in writing as a way of making sure that people get angry with the whole situation before them, so that they are pushed to go for the march. But what leaves me puzzled is the tone in his posts. They are now full of respect. Listen, they are now full of respect. Your Excellence, Your Excellence, Your Excellence. You don't say that to a person that you are attacking or you are seeing as an enemy to progress. Before then, you used to say, Dambuzo Iwewe, but this time it's Your Excellence. What does it mean? If this push fails and his tone is being toned down, you should definitely know that something is brewing behind the scenes. I foresee the next step of him begging to come back into ZANU-PF. There was a time, remember, when Honorable Muchangwa seemed like he had jumped boat because they were interacting. I told you they are friends. I know these players. Sorry to say, I know these players. And I've got some people who are always very close. Henceforth, you see, when certain things are said, I have to verify with my sources and request for what I call evidence. Good example, the issue that has been actually been addressed by Gambakwe. You see, I just had to call people that I knew were very close and so close and say, what's happening there? Henceforth, I got it in video. Say, Apostle, I'm like, no, I'm good. Says, okay, let me see. They went through, they checked, and they gave it to me. That's what tells you that you have got to have people very close and the real players in this aspect. So with the way things are, I've got questions to ask, and I'm actually needing you to give me an answer. According to the general populace, the people that wants to see the back of the sitting president, Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, who do you think is doing the right thing for you? Honorable Advocate Nelson Chamisa or Comrade Blessed Geza? If, in regards to that, what Honorable Chamisa has done, what Advocate Chamisa has done, I feel like he has watered down the drive of Blessed Geza. That tweet served for no good. That tweet was just to water everything down, because he said whatever is done without us going back to or revisiting the 2023 elections, it's just but a mere waste of time. What is he saying? Basically, he's just trying to tell you that don't even bother going there and be in support of what Blessed Geza is doing. So the divide, there's got to be now a divide between the people that were thinking they are all sailing on the same boat. Those who follow Nelson Chamisa are being advised by their leader not to go for the march. Those who follow Blessed Geza are now also being shown that there is now not a bit of respect, but a lot of respect being shown to the sitting president by Blessed Geza. I always tell you, in these political issues, you don't need to be emotionally driven. You will hit a lot of brick holes. You need to be logical. All that he is stating, the siphoning of the funds and everything, is just highlights to show that, yes, there's something that they are saying has been happening. But why all of a sudden would they want it to be addressed within a day? You see, the first motive of Blessed Geza was also posted by Sabuku, Honorable Temba Muliswa, when he took the first video that Blessed Runesu Geza, amongst the first video, one of the first videos of Blessed Runesu Geza, when he started the Geza movement, which died out. Because the Geza movement, it looked like he was the one driving it to go forward until he hit a brick wall and now started to seek for help and calling on the VP, the Vice President, Constantine Gouveia Chiwenga, to help the people. So now him being a mouthpiece, it now needs to be known who is he being a mouthpiece for. It gets people confusing. Especially when you look today at the Heroes Acre, you will see that the Vice President and the sitting president were actually chatting peacefully, showing it as if there's nothing wrong between the two of them. You know, there was a time when they could not shake hands. There was a time when they could not communicate. And it became a talk of the town. Reason because people who analyze politics, they look at all these gestures. But gestures today has left a lot of people confused. And then you come to the addressing by Blessed Runesu Geza, where he's honorably addressing the sitting president by his correct title. Politics is not for the faint-hearted. Politics is for big players and people with a big heart. Because at times, what you support might not be the correct thing. Because political players, real political players, they leave room to come together. And I've always said this, ZANU-PF has a way of finding each other. They can have their differences, but from the tone of Blessed Runesu Geza in his post today, I can rightfully tell you that he is sensing defeat in everything, especially after the post of Advocate Nelson Chamisa. What does this entail? It tells you that it's now one more step has been made towards the matters to be discussed. The 2030 mantra, which is being put now to the 2035 life presidents of the sitting president, Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Keep watch, and I'll be bringing you more. As of now, I think I've highlighted certain things for you, and where I feel that something hasn't been highlighted properly, and I've got people that I can ask, I'll ask. Where I need evidence, I'll be given, as shown. So let's see how it pans out from now on. As of now, have a good day.